Never running from a real fight. Oh shit, we're back. Hey guys, what's up? We're in game number 3. And once again, the colors are all weird because they're not consistent and we can't pick them. It's Legacy of the Void. Spotting in the top right corner of the map, it's going to be AT Gaming's players, Optimus and uThermal. uThermal.
The bottom left as the green Archon, it's Ryung and Heart.
Alright, so quick scout coming out of Team AT Gaming. Now, Ryung and Heart, like, they did win that game really well, but the game started off rather poorly for them. And game 1 obviously went in the favor of Blue Archon. This is the team where we came into this best of 3, and I just assumed it was going to be Ryung and Heart. I didn't even give Team AT Gaming a chance, because at first we didn't know it was uThermal. It was just Optimus plus somebody named Whale Slappers. Like, who the fuck's that? But game 1 was a pretty good game out of Team Blue here, and it's been a bit of a fight back for Green Archon since, and we'll see if they can pull it off here in the third and final match. Keeping in mind, we actually had put on reserve BCQXC versus True and Elroy for after this. So we gotta get a TvT lined up as soon as this is done.
Yeah. Well, I think that Hellion drop is it really messed up Optimus and uThermal.
Yeah. You know, I would wonder, by the way, too, with that same thing, if they get the same trouble with Zerg for those Overlord drops, because it was like the unexpected factor, right?
Probably, they probably do. The Overlord drops can also be very consistent if you don't have a Viking, especially if they get like Overlord speed later on too. I mean, that's gotta be very annoying. But I think that really tripped up the macro player, who in the first game really didn't have to deal with a whole lot. It was really about the micro player highlighting their skill by attacking those supply depots and all that jazz and whatnot. And that happened in the second game too for a little while, but then the Hellion return damage ended up being, I think, a lot more than it should have been, really. They should have had units in position, and they should have felt free to do their own tank drops. They never apparently felt free enough to do that. So as long as they can, fix those issues, then, I mean, I'm sure they'll have a better looking macro game, because that last game basically ended with them 40 supply down and no chance to show us what a macro game would really look like.
Yeah, it got messy, is the gist of it. But the thing is, okay, map 1, we saw weird things like Liberators, we saw this weird mech build. I am curious what Green Archon's actually aiming for. I like that bio build, and I hope they stick with it. Quickly going over bets, though. Ryung and Heart here, they've got 12,300 Partoofs bet on them. The other guys, 3,000-ish. So, I think everyone was kind of feeling the same way as me. We got these established Axiom players who performed well in Archon Cups previous. Been surprised to see perhaps a tied up 1-1.
It's a good scout as well as annoying the SUV line. Oh, you thought you were gonna trick me. Oh.
It's really cool seeing things die mid-air, by the way. Like when the Reaper grenades knock a queen into the air and she dies like mid-air, or the Reaper's
I know,
jumping.
and she like her body just like flies across the map. Yeah, it's cool.
I feel like we need more ridiculous stuff like that. That would make StarCraft 2 a lot more fun. But okay, gonna push up through the backside. You can certainly deal with the Hellions. There's not that many, and the Widowmine might just catch a free shot or two. Gotta be careful though, keep those medevacs on par. Get some nice SCV kills. Looking for the reactor, gonna just try and force the fight out of Green Archon, because of course they can't chase into the Hellions, they need the Hellions to come to them.
Oh, more Hellions run by though, and that's what tips the scale hugely in favor of Blue Archon.
This is crazy one-sided, they still can't deal with the Marines.
Green Archon's gonna take way too much damage. And that is Ryung and Heart, by the way. Like, they're the ones that are taking so much damage. Now down by 8 workers and a full command center.
And I'd say the biggest part about all of that, too, is that they lost a large part of their army. There's no counterattack. You don't just pick up the medevac and go across the map and be like, okay, payback time. They're actually stuck at home.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Blue Archon was allowed, made the really good decision, whoever the macro player is, made the really good decision to go ahead and slap down that third command center while that attack was happening. I mean, I think that he slapped it down when the attack initiated, which is dangerous. Like, what if that attack dropped onto a Widowmine and absolutely failed? Then you might be in some serious trouble.
But honestly, it's that greed and that sort of mild risk you need to get ahead against players like Ryung and Heart. So, once again, coming through the back door, they were not prepared for this. SCV's getting pulled. There's 3 Hellions. They want to chase into it. They can. But they're not.
I don't know why they didn't.
They're like, yeah, this refinery. Fuck refineries, man.
Oh,
they're still gonna get this blast though. SCV's turning around on them. This is
my
going
God.
so bad.
Oh no, well, that's game. That's game. I don't even know, like, what is Green Archon even doing? They have a drop going into the main base. Looks like a Viking or a Marine was trying to catch it.
I was gonna say there's nothing at home, but the small amount of what's left with some SCVs getting pulled into the mix should be able to deal with it. Hellions have got that bonus versus light.
It's
Driven out of
7
main.
workers. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's it. Green Archon is lost.
I am shocked to see Ryung and Hart be the ones to fall out of the series. But this is, again, this is the power of Archon mode. Micro that you can't normally achieve in 1v1. I would say it doesn't give foreigners like any better. Like, you don't have an advantage over Koreans, but it puts you on more even footing than ever before. You can make up for that micro, and Archon mode is so cool. AT Gaming's gonna win. Hart taps out, GG.
Yeah, photos.
Living vicariously through other foreigners. And that's worth noting, while we are going to hop into True and Elroy versus BC and QXE, it's not the same time problems that these guys had. Ryung and Hart, it's like 1, 2 a.m. True normally lives in the Axiom House, but I believe he's currently in Europe. I could be mistaken on that. I'll find out. But either way, great series out of Team AT Gaming. And now we're going to see if BC QXE versus True Elroy. Are you guys ready? If they can...